on a Moses Jones
The
series, BBC
okay.
drama series.
Yeah.
Fantastic opportunity to do something for the Ugandan community in London. It was a great story. It went right to the heart of what it is to be in London, trying to make a life
Out of
and
place.
seeing through the eyes of a musician when all this tribal stuff at home coming and getting in the way.
Yeah.
So that was good. So we met around a table at the BBC.
Wow.
Okay? And at that table, we knew that we had to write 4 songs and they were going to shoot soon. Next day, we went in a recording studio and recorded those 4 songs.
Okay. And then
I tell you, but immediately we did it. I just thought, this feels so natural and the energy is so good. Chemistry, you know. Thing about chemistry is when you work with people,
and
you know, you
clicks.
understand, and you think, no, they feel things the way I feel, you know. And the guts is there, you know. It's something amazing. So what happened was we made a pact between us that after the Moses Jones finished, we'd come together and see what we could do, write more songs. First day, we got together, my studio in Wiltshire. We wrote 4 songs. And they're substantial songs, not just little songs.
Are
And
these songs
it
that
was
are
a
going to
whole
be on
new
one
sound.
album?
It seemed to take what we did for Moses Jones and the basis of the Twinz sounds, but made it like for an international universal audience.
Absolutely.
It was really interesting phenomenon that happened, you know. I mean, we didn't know. You don't know until you do these things,
Until you
you
do
know.
it.
And
So is there going to be an album for this
The album is
4
done.
songs? I mean, is
the
it
album
just
is done. We have 12 songs.
Oh, including
And
this
4 of them are featured on the Moses
The
Jones.
Moses Jones. Okay, so I have not had the opportunity to watch it, and I don't think you have had the opportunity to watch it either. Do they perform? Do you have like scenes where you guys are on stage performing,
Absolutely.
or is it all soundtrack?
You know what the BBC did? They built a African club called the Afrigo Club from scratch in Hornsey Town Hall, which is a North London town hall. In the center of it, they built partition walls and all the interior decorating to absolutely mimic a perfect African club. Filled it full of 200 black extras. Band was on there. I mean, I was the wrong color to even be on set. Otherwise, I would have been playing. It would have been like a light bulb on the dark room, you know. So I was in the shadows, and then the band started. We put together bands so they could mime to our players. In fact, the African guys were miming to my trumpet playing.
Wow.
And but as soon as the music started, the place just caught fire.
So why the change in the name then? I mean,
Went on before we go to the changing of the name, Craig. Can Craig kindly give you a brief background of who he is?
Of who he is?
He's such a big name, and I believe Uganda
Yes,
needs
we
to
need to
know
know who
who
he's
this
working
man
with.
is.
Who's
Let him
behind?
tell you who he's worked with, please. Master,
we need
tell
to
him.
know who's behind Ganda Boy.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm American. I have about 3 or 4 identities that I work with in music, okay? I'm best known as an international film composer. I've had 2 #1 films in the UK, Bend It Like Beckham and Bride and Prejudice. I've scored the music for.
Wow.
Okay? And when you do film music, you need to have a wide understanding of music. Okay?
Yeah.
That's required. So I've come up through the business as a session musician, as an arranger, orchestral conductor, and orchestrator as well. And then I became a record producer, producing Sir Cliff Richard, Gold Records, also a very well-known Christian artist in this country, Sheila Walsh. Her first album was nominated for a Grammy Award. And I produced her first 3 albums.
Good work.
Yeah.
That is such good work. I mean, the people you've worked with, shit. Oh, wow.
So, and recently I've done arrangements for Massive Attack, Def Leppard. And it's basically coming and using all my skills that I have, which have led me to this point. It seems like a magical process.
Bagambe Elton John.
Yeah.
Elton John as well. Wow. You guys are like in the right hands.
Yeah,
Let me say,
back home
where
you
you're
say,
meant to be.
back home you say Tuli Mchintu. Here we
We are in the States.
we are rolling with the real man.
But there's one missing bit of the puzzle. Is I lived 2 years in Nairobi as a young man, and they gave me a room, and I worked full-time at the Conservatoire of Music. I conducted the orchestra, was a featured classical player with the orchestra, but I had a really good Santana soul band in Nairobi playing all the clubs. So a lot of the Pachanga bands would come to me, and I'd do brass arrangements for them.
Wow.
I got to do Kikuyu music, Luo music, Maasai music, and I loved it, and I had total immersion there. And from there, I knew I'd come to London.
And from there, you met the Ganda boys.
Yeah.
That's how the Ganda boys come into place. We're a 14-piece band.
Clubs to Zilina.
No, KARITAS is going to be showing them. I will speak. Wachisaje bali.
Yo.
Absolutely. About Bagambi, Tiyabi, Obey Katibagamba, Katibatu, by energy battery, Sekatibatu,
No.
Okay, KARITAS is
I'm
speaking
here.
for them. Okay.
Yes.
What do you do now?
Mwenzanyira.
Okay.
Oh, Mammy, on Mutu, Sivia Kuza, Solo Gulinga, Craig Pros. Akagamba Kakasemba, Yoka just
Unoka wambu, yeah.
Sika,
music.
Boba, I think go back at the KARITAS. Or young
Abafe.
Greg Pros.
Okay, now, 1 week ago, I was down in Kampala
Yeah.
That's
at
amazing.
New Vision. Okay?
Ah, okay.
And they asked me, what is this thing about Ganda boys? You know?
Yeah.
And I said, well, and they said, well, you know, how can we improve Ugandan music? And I said, Ugandan music is great. All we need to do is to put it into
In the right
a
place.
form that the international market. And I used
True.
the example of a great band, Asabisa. They took Western African music and they went into London studios with a Western producer. And they made something that sold millions. They put African music on the map. Now, there's been a gap since then for the mainstream good songs, classic songs, some in English, some in Ugandan, Swahili, that can reach the people in the same way. This is a dream.
I think this is a dream, true, because many a time we've had people at home, we always sit down and when you listen to music, and this, I'm not being mean or disrespectful or insulting to all your efforts as producers and artists, but many a time you listen to the music and I think sometimes it ends up sounding the same. Yet you have people like Percussion Discussion, if you know them, or Afrigo, who would use instruments, xylophone or thumb piano or whatever, and they'll create good bits. But you're thinking, why not take that and then rearrange it the best way you want to and put your English words to them or whatever other music you'd want to put to. I don't know if you guys intend to carry this.
Well,
go home.
Yes, now this is it. Craig was home just a week ago. You understand? He brought back with him some Ugandan instruments. He's a world-class specialist. I mean, he understands music to the depth.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we have a man that has held us by the end, crossing us over to the other side. You understand?
Where
and
the
we
grass
are
is
reaching
green.
out. Let me tell you something. Today we were at a very big yoga